Alright, let's see here. It's time for induction. Now, hopefully I get this experimental setup right. I just changed it last semester. So down here in the cabinet, we should have a stand of some sort and a bar of some sort. And hopefully the two connect. I'm saying some sort because this is the new setup, and we're going to have to make sure we have enough of these, but they're all going to be slightly different. And this bucket is sitting in there. So I'm going to set the camera down, and we're just going to attach this to the pole. I'm putting this down lower just so that it's in the video. We can see it. And then we attach our finger clamp as such, make sure everything is nice and snug so it's not wobbling. And then we have our coil. Now the coil needs a tube. So we're going to go up to the front of the room. These tubes are not easy to make because you have to drill very carefully inside plastic to get these holes. So we take out this box, and there should be one more box that contains both magnets and brass rods. The students will each get one magnet and one brass rod, but we're actually going to leave those here, and the students will replace them here at the end of class. So they're going to leave the tubes at the table, at their station, I mean. So this tube is going to be held by the finger clamp, and then we simply slide on the coil, and the coil has a little metal finger here which applies pressure to the tube to give it some friction and some pressure to allow this to stay. The purpose of the bucket is to catch the magnet, and so there's some tissue in here. It's actually more than just tissue, it's pretty firm paper. So just kind of pile it up a little bit so that the magnet has somewhere to drop safely without the magnet breaking. So now we need something to plug into these two, into the interface box. The students are going to sample this data at a pretty high sample rate. So we want to make sure we have a good connection on these cables. It would be prudent to take out the amp probe meter and plug the amp probe into comm and voltage, and turn the amp probe to this one right here with the yellow audio symbol, and then push the yellow button. It's beeping right now because I'm plugged into the wrong thing for that. So plug it into yellow and then push the yellow button, and that tests continuity. And it's a good idea to test the continuity between the 8-pin DIN and each of these plugs. Because of the high-speed sample rate, we want to make sure they have a good connection. The 8-pin DIN has a divot on the top, and that goes into channel A with a divot pointing upwards. Just hold the back of the interface, put it in there carefully, and then we're simply going to plug these into our coil. Now some of these coils, the receivers here are very cheap, and so you might have to plug them in underneath. If it doesn't go in through the top easily, just put it in underneath, and someday we'll change all these out so that they're all proper and easy to do. So that's the induction setup.